bit of a strange week this week, to be honest. Quite impressive for a fat boy. Oh shit. Steady! Woo! Do not run at me, I don't trust you at the moment. Woo! Look what you've done! All done now. So don't let the sunglasses fool you, it is freezing today. It is very much into the autumn and got a bit of a strange week this week, to be honest. Sonny is having his dental procedure this afternoon. He's having... Hello. You getting up here? You getting up? Oh, she's getting up. Oh, she's not getting up. He's having 6 to 10 diastemas widened, which are basically gaps in his teeth that he's getting food stuck in, and it's causing like ulcers and infections, and can lead to gum disease and all that sort of stuff. You had enough of a roll? He's having a procedure today to have those widened so that they don't cause any more issue, and so that the food can basically just fall out. So my first job this morning is I'm actually going to go up and free school Sonny. You will have seen in my last video that that is something I've started doing with him instead of lunging. So he's not in ridden work at the moment. He hasn't been for quite a while, but he's back on because I can't see. So that's a nice way for him to kind of just work himself how he's most comfortable with. Obviously I don't want to put a bridle on him until he's had the stuff done today and I know that he's comfortable in his mouth and it's all healed up. So these guys are now out on their kind of winter grazing. Well, I've opened the back up basically, and that should last them about a month or so, and then I will close it back up and they'll have hay in the field instead, and I might swap ponies around, but that's not for... that's a little while away now. Sonny's eating the blackberries. Are they tasty? Yummy. Your teeth certainly haven't stopped you eating, have they? Hey, you gonna come do some work, fat boy? Yes. Come on then. Everyone come in? Everyone's coming in. Come on, through the stream. I don't want to get covered in mud. Charlie is sound now, by the way, in case you hadn't realised. His abscess is all good. Triple is still a teeny tiny bit lame occasionally, and I need to dig his out again. I say dig out, I need to clean and repack it, but it's kind of chipped off a bit now, which I think is making it a little bit worse, but he's okay. It was just typical that they were both lame on the same day the other week. I think I might actually free school some of the others this morning as well, because I don't want to disappear and go out hacking or anything in case the vet turns up early, which yeah, right, vets never turn up early. Shit. Steady! Woo! Yes, you look very good. Charlie. God's sake. Woo! Oh my god. I've never seen him buck like that. Do not run at me. Good boy. It's okay. Steady, steady. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Steady, do not run at me, I don't trust you at the moment. Oh my god, I'm glad I didn't ride you. Good grief. Oh, come here. Stop running at me. Good boy. Can we behave now? You've had your mad 5 minutes. at Mia. You silly boy. Was that fun though? Sassy. Charlie. We're gonna walk together now, are we? Do not flatten me, for God's sake. I don't trust you when you're in this mood. I think that's fair. Idiot! Do what you're actually meant to do now. Good boy. Trot in. Trot. Doing the tiniest circle. Go on. Trot. Good boy. Need some work on your arena size. Good boy. So now for the fun part of the day, which was Sunny's dental that I mentioned at the start. So Pete arrived and obviously Sunny was sedated. Ours are sedated even when they just have a routine dental. In my opinion, I think it's much less stressful for everybody and it's just easier all round. But obviously for this, because this was going to be potentially quite sore for him and you know, not really very nice and quite a long procedure, then obviously he was sedated regardless. So once he was adequately sleepy, Pete had a little check of his face and his teeth and had a little look to see if he could feel anything else that was going on. So he's got a slightly different gag to what I've seen before, which was quite cool. I think he said it was from America. It's an interesting one as well, I've not seen one like that.
Yeah, this is an American design.
And basically it's just a lot more adjustable, so there's no kind of having to crank it up onto the next notch like on a standard gag. You put it exactly where it needs to be, which I think has got to be so much more comfortable for them. So that was quite interesting to see, just to start with. Then he has a probe camera, which is basically a very small camera on the end of a hole sort of thing, so that you can see inside their mouth, which means I get to see as well. So he's got a screen there that we can have a look at, and he was just showing me where all the issues were, and it was quite clear to see actually where all the food was getting stuck, and I expected the gaps to be actually a bit bigger than they were already, and that's why food was getting in them, but actually the gaps were really small, and so food was just getting wedged in there, and because the gaps were actually so tight, nothing could move, so the food was just getting completely stuck. He explained to me where the problems were, and he will do a much better job of explaining what he's going to do than I will.
They are supposed to be dark brown like that.
That's good.
Yeah. But there shouldn't be any food between the teeth. Yeah? Can you see there's food there? Yeah. And when we come around the side,
it's really wedged in there as well, isn't it?
It's really wedged in. And you see these ones here?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So that's the gap there.
Actually, it's a tiny gap. I was expecting much bigger gaps.
Yeah. Well, the tiny ones are almost worse.
Because it just gets stuck.
Gets stuck.
Yeah.
It's wedged in. So he's got one gap, two gaps.
Yeah.
That just needs a bit of tidying up. That's more normal.
Yeah.
That's what it should be like.
Yeah.
A nice peak of gum there, and nice seal of gum there. Or if you compare that to say there,
yeah.
when we pull that food out, that will bleed.
Yeah. Do you find it's more common in certain places, like to the top to the bottom, or is it
It's more common in the bottom,
okay.
I think, which is a gravity thing, and also the fact that the lower teeth are a bit more mobile.
Right. Okay.
But the upper ones, when you get them, are more difficult to treat.
Right.
And then you see.
Oh God. Yeah. Yeah. God. A bit in that one.
So it's mainly the two back one, the two ones at the back, okay. On the lower jaw.
Right.
And whereas the ones on the upper jaw are more the ones at the front. Some of them get better with rasping.
Well, that's what she wanted last year.
Because some of them are caused by overgrown teeth, or displaced teeth, or all these sort of things. But that's not working.
No.
I mean, they may have got a bit better, but what we need to do is get between those teeth and like drill a channel, so that basically at the moment some of them are like this, like a valve.
Yeah.
So they narrow at the top, at the occlusal surface, and the food packs in like that. What I need to do is open them up like that, so that then the food rolls in and rolls out.
Yeah, makes sense. Pete explained everything so well to me and made sure that I knew exactly what was going on, what he was going to do, and obviously having the screen to show me the gaps in between the teeth as well was really, really handy. And not something you get to really see very often, so that was a nice change. So once we'd discussed all that, Sonny had another little bit of sedation just to keep him topped up so he didn't wake up halfway through. And then Pete got to work filing teeth down and making gaps bigger. Everything was being flushed out with water at the same time to keep everything nice and cool in the mouth, because obviously you don't want things to overheat, you don't want the tools to overheat, or for his mouth to obviously get hot. Sonny was obviously going to be well behaved because he was sedated, but there was a mix of filing going down, and then Pete showed me a slightly different shaped drill. I think it was like a conical shaped drill to kind of then make the gaps wider at the top than at the bottom, so that food would just roll in and roll back out and not get stuck. That was the whole point of this exercise, effectively, was to stop any food getting stuck in the gaps. So the gaps are all widened and shaped to prevent that happening in the future. Obviously it's not necessarily never going to happen again. He's not got the all clear forever. Their teeth are constantly moving and changing, so it could well be that he needs more of this done in the future. Hopefully not, you just never know. And having 8 horses, it's more than likely that as they get older, some of the others will probably need this done as well. Hopefully not as many teeth as Sonny. So he had another lot of sedation because he was just starting to come to a little bit, and he was getting a bit irritated, bless him, and I don't blame him at all. I would be very, very annoyed at this point. So Pete's just finishing off kind of shaping the teeth here now, and then he shows me again the difference in the gaps with the probe camera, and that was everything. It was nice to be able to see what he's done and actually really see difference in the gap size, and you can see how it's gonna stop any food getting stuck in there, which is brilliant. Now, what I didn't get on film, because I think my camera had died, was those gaps were then packed with some dental putty just to let things heal up underneath. It'll come out on its own in a couple of days' time, and in that time any little sore bits and kind of bits from where the food would have been rotten in the past, and just all the nasty stuff that had been left from taking all the bits of food out and obviously widening those gaps, just gives it all a chance to heal up. So he had a nice big painkiller injection before Pete left as well, and then 2 days of bute, and yeah, absolutely fine, you wouldn't even know. But yeah, he was still obviously very, very sleepy when he finished, but I was glad to have it all done, and that it wasn't as big of a deal as I thought it was going to be. I didn't really know what to expect, to be honest. Like I said, it's not something that we've had done before, even remotely. I've had wolf teeth removed before, I've had wobbly teeth in the older horses taken out before, but nothing like this. So I really didn't know what to expect, but it's not, from the horse's point of view, it's not far removed from a normal dental. It was a little bit longer, he had more sedation to kind of keep him asleep, but yeah, it wasn't like a massive procedure, and we could do it at home, which was even more ideal for us. As you'll see in a minute, he went straight back out onto the short grass afterwards, even though he was still very drugged, bless him. Yeah, well, keep going. Come to the grass a little bit more so you can actually eat. There we go. Poor old Sonny has had his dental done. He had 3 lots of sedation, not because he was naughty, but he was just waking up a little bit. So he's had, I think it was 6 gaps on the bottom widened and 4 on the top, and we'll check up in 6 months, should all be okay. He's got some nice little bits of putty in there for now that just give it a chance to heal up, basically, and he'll spit that out in a couple of days on his own, but it should all be healed up fine then. Hopefully he won't need to have any more done in the future, but you just don't know. But yeah, it's all done. You've got a twitch going on, oh dear. Right. So he's had a painkiller as well, and have some bute tomorrow and the next day. So he's back out because he can go out and have the short grass, even though he's still a bit sleepy. He's not going to choke on short grass, and to be honest, I don't think he's going to move for a while. So that's us done for the afternoon, or for the day. But yeah, it did need doing. You could see they were quite sore. You could see where the food was getting stuck, and obviously then rotting, not very nice. Okay. So it's all been sorted, so he should be much more comfortable now. Oh dear, let me put my hand in there. I've got his tongue. Oh, poor Sunny. Okay. But yeah, so I'm glad that it's all done. So I'm rather skint now, but it needed doing, and it has to be done, doesn't it? Hopefully now there will be some future videos with Sunny being ridden. I didn't actually ask, but I'll probably give him a week or so before I put anything in his mouth, just to let everything settle down a little bit, and yeah, then we can get cracking again. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Hey. He's on the move. Go on then, buddy. Oh, poor boy. That's as far as he got. Oh, there he goes. Go on, Wobbly.